Welcome to another entry in my Transformers Evolution series. This time we're looking at one of the newer characters in all the Transformers lines, and that is Bulkhead. Now, Bulkhead is a name that was used previously in some Transformers before in the past, but animated was the first time that the name Bulkhead was associated with a specific character that was intended to be a main character, and it just kind of evolved from there to so he'll be a permanent staple in the Transformers mythos, I presume, and will always have be a character in any future series or games or whatever that will be green and kind of a bulky strongman. So, and the first figure that really launched that persona is let me back up these other guys. We'll take a look at the very first one, and that is the animated Voyager one. Now, this is a decent figure. Gonna be, well, besides, obviously you could tell we're be starting off with the vehicle modes for all of them first. The truck mode here is very simple. Nothing much to it. And it's very smooth. Except for the top here, you can pretty much see the separation in the arms there. I mean, not a whole lot to really say about it. No real complaints other than, it's kind of small. But hey, the Leader class version fixed that because this thing's huge. And this is one of my favorite figures from the anime line just because it's really over the top and it's awesome. Apparently, in an interview with Derek J. White, I believe, these were not just designed for the toy. Apparently, the guy who made the Headmaster unit, this thing, was supposed to capture Bulkhead again in a future episode and was going to give him all these extra ornaments, these missiles, torpedoes, and this thing. And that just never came to reality, so. But is realized in toy form, and I love this figure. It's definitely one of my favorite figures from the whole line. Batteries are dead in mine, so, but you can kind of see that the light's blinking like it's starting to, but not. It was an activator, but I'm only really covering the main line, not the sublines, so I don't have any of those. But this basically shows a overall evolution of design. And up next is the quite possibly the best figure out of the whole Prime line, and as the first edition Bulkhead Voyager class. Now he's small in truck mode, but he gets pretty big in robot mode, and this is this is an awesome figure. As a toy as a whole, it's definitely better than, say, Voyager First Edition Optimus, but I like Optimus better just because, I like the character more and the look better. But this is by far a superior figure. Just the engineering behind this figure itself is just amazing. Like, they put so much complexity in the design, the transformation, and so accurate in both modes. And then for the main line, we got Robots in Disguise, Bulkhead for Prime. And I just did a review on this guy, so you pretty much already know how I feel about it. I don't care for it that much. It's pretty shitty. And it's a pretty big difference between this one and this one. Not so much in truck mode, but transformation wise, this is very simple. And robot mode is very lacking, which we'll get to all of them right about now. Alright, since now we got them all in robot mode, let's start off, of course, with the animated Voyager class Bulkhead. Now, this is one that really got a lot of slack when it first came out because he's short. He's very short. He's only about the size of a deluxe class figure height-wise, and him and Lugnut both had the same complaints, and it's well warranted because, I mean, if you're paying $20 for a Voyager class figure, which are, normally that size, you'd expect them to be that big. But it's still a decent figure. It has a pretty neat launching wrecking ball gimmick, which I will not demonstrate. Is it this hand or this hand? It's this hand, I think. Yeah, it's this one. And this one's, yeah, that one's just molded in. So yeah, it's alright. Nothing really write home about, but it's not bad. Could have been a lot better. But that's why they made the leader class one. Now this one's really cool. Like I said, his lights are busted now because battery's dead, but when you attach the headmaster unit, his voice would change it to the headmaster voice. He's got the spinning saw blade instead of a wrecking ball, but it's still pretty cool. His mouth kind of moves. Yeah, he's really big, really chunky, and you can even do the bit where he'd actually use these pieces as a chair, like he did in one episode. Doesn't work quite as well, but hey, still does it. So a lot of people really considered this Bulkhead as their main animated Bulkhead, including myself. And then came the Prime figures. Now, first edition, as we all know, was not officially released in the United States, which is sad, so most people had to acquire them through other methods, including myself. I was not lucky enough to be able to get this in retail since I live in the United States. Redundancy. But yeah, this is an awesome figure. The transformation is gorgeous. I love how the sides of the vehicle go from the front, wraps around to his side, and then goes around to his back, and then unfolds yet again for the wheels to be his back. That is just brilliant design. I mean, there's not really anything I dislike about this figure. I don't have his wrecking ball right now, it's on the shelf, but he did have a wrecking ball that attaches to a bag, and you can even, use the peg hole as a gun if you wanted to. Very sad that this figure was not available for the mass consumers in the United States, but the one people did get is this one, which came out just under a year later. Yeah, how can this design just change so much in just a short amount of time? But I'm not going to cover everything that's bad about this. I just did a full review on this figure, and I don't like it. Not one bit. It's just too crappy looking. Design, looks, vehicle mode's the only redeeming factor about this, and those fucking shoulder blades are just annoying. I mean, alright. Compare the two. How can you honestly say that this one is better than that one? Go ahead. Try to defend this guy. I mean, it's just not possible. Unless you're just in complete denial, which I think some people may be. I mean, it's an interesting perspective on him. That's for sure. I mean, I just don't. I've never will understand why. I mean, sure, I can understand they canceling this for like the first edition, but why not just re-release it in the Robots in Disguise line? Just have it be the same figure, just not in special packaging, basically, which is what we all thought it was going to be, just special packaging, or maybe a different paint job, but no, completely different figures, which is so bizarre. So that's basically the whole line up here for Bulkhead. Kind of went through a weird roller coaster. You know, animated was kind of the bottom, then got higher with the leader, then got really high, like to the peak of the coaster with first edition. Then went straight down hill with the RID one. So there you have it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, I like doing these evolution videos. They seem to get a lot of discussion on them, I guess. I'm sure this one will be no different. Leave any suggestions for any further evolution videos in the comments, and I'll talk to you next time. Thank you for watching.